Shall discuss now about pulses, that is when the heart beats, the blood is forced into the arteries. When the heart beats, the blood is moving with force into the arteries. So what happens is the arteries are expanded. That is the expansion of the artery every time when the blood is forced into it. It is called pulse. So pulse, it refers to the expansion of the artery due to the movement of the blood with force. It can be felt by placing the fingertip on the artery near the wrist. Okay, so usually pulse can be felt by placing our fingertip on our wrist, that is the artery near the wrist. It is a smaller branch of the blood vessel. Actually, it is from the brachial artery that is from the upper arm. So it comes down and to form this artery. So it's a minor branch. Here at this place, that is on the wrist, this pulse, that beat can be felt. Normal pulse rate, it ranges from 70 to 90 per minute. So we'll discuss now about what is cardiac cycle. The sequence of events occurring from the beginning to the completion of one heartbeat is called cardiac cycle. So cardiac cycle, it refers to the events, okay, series of events which occur from the beginning to the completion of one heartbeat. So during cardiac cycle, blood flows through the chambers of the heart. During cardiac cycle, blood flows through the chambers of the heart in a specific direction. Each cardiac cycle lasts about zero point 0.8 seconds. The events during a single cardiac cycle involves atrial systole. Okay, it refers to contraction of the auricle. Systole refers to contraction, atria refers to auricles. So the contraction of the auricles is called atrial systole and it takes about zero point 0.1 second and it is followed by ventricular systole. It refers to contraction of the ventricles. It takes about zero point 0.3 second. And ventricular diastole, it refers to diastole dilation, relaxation of the ventricles. It takes about zero point 0.4 second. So all these three events, they constitute a cardiac cycle. So totally it takes zero point 0.1, 0.3 and zero point 0.4. It takes about 0.8 second. So a cardiac cycle, it lasts about 0.8 second. So it refers to first auricles contract followed by the contraction of the ventricles, then it leads to relaxation of the ventricles. So atrial systole followed by ventricular systole followed by ventricular diastole. So all these constitute cardiac cycle. And so this is a pie chart. Here it refers to atrial systole, ventricular systole and complete cardiac diastole. So each one taking 0.1, 0.3 and 0.4 respectively. So total period of one cycle, it is about 0.8 seconds. We'll discuss now about what is blood pressure. So from the name we can understand it is the pressure. Blood pressure refers to the pressure exerted by the blood on the walls of the arteries. Blood pressure, it is the force exerted during the flow of blood against the lateral walls of arteries. So the blood pressure is high in the arteries, gradually drops in the arterioles and capillaries and become very low in the veins. So as we discussed earlier that arteries, they become arterioles and arterioles finally become capillaries and capillaries reunite to form veins. So what happens is this pressure, it slowly or gradually it goes down. It is high in arteries, then slowly it drops down in arterioles and still lower in capillaries and very low in veins. Blood pressure is usually expressed in terms of the systolic pressure and diastolic pressure. Blood pressure is usually expressed in terms of systolic pressure and diastolic pressure. We will discuss what is systolic pressure. During ventricular systole, that is during ventricular contraction, when ventricles contract, the left ventricle contracts and forces blood into aorta. We know that from left ventricle arises aorta. So blood from left ventricle is forced through aorta. So the pressure rises to a peak, which is referred as systolic pressure. So systolic pressure, it is it refers to the pressure that is recorded when blood is forced into aorta from the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, blood is forced into aorta. So that time the pressure rises to a peak, which is referred as systolic pressure. So we'll discuss now what is diastolic pressure. During diastole, what happens is relaxation, the ventricles relax and the pressure falls to the lowest value, which is recorded as diastolic pressure. Diastolic pressure refers to ventricles when they contract, pressure falls down to the lowest value, which is referred as diastolic pressure. So in an healthy adult during normal resting condition, systolic and diastolic pressure is expressed as 120 mm divided by, that is, 80 mm Hg mercury. Okay, in a healthy adult individual during normal resting condition, systolic and diastolic pressure, it is expressed or recorded as 120 mm by 80 mm Hg. Blood pressure varies during conditions of physical exercise, anxiety, emotions, stress, and sleep. So we cannot say this remains same. That is 120 by 80 mm. That remains. It won't remain same. It varies when we do physical exercise. It goes up. Okay, this there will be variation in this normal systolic and diastolic pressure. That too, when we become angry, okay, during emotional conditions or when we are under stress and during sleep also, this value varies. A prolonged or constant elevation of blood pressure is a condition known as hypertension. Okay, so when when it continues like prolonged or constant elevation of blood pressure, people having blood pressure which is always high, then that condition is said to be hypertension, that is high blood pressure, and this can increase the risk of heart attack and stroke. People having more pressure, high blood pressure, they are prone to heart attack and stroke. Okay, and decrease in blood pressure, it is termed as hypotension. Okay, hyper refers to more, hypo refers to less. So people having less blood pressure than the normal value, it is called hypotension. That is called low blood pressure. So we'll discuss now about what is stethoscope. A stethoscope is used to detect the sound produced by the internal organs of human body. So it's a device. It is used to detect the sounds produced by internal organs of human body. The heart sound is heard by placing the stethoscope on the chest. Okay, our heartbeat can be felt by keeping the stethoscope on the chest. It's a useful diagnostic tool to identify and localize health problems and diagnose diseases. So it's a tool, very useful tool to identify health problems. The modern electronic stethoscopes are high precision instruments. Okay, we'll discuss now. And so this is the diagram to show the stethoscope. You all must have seen it. We will see now about what is a sphygmomanometer. Sphygmomanometer is a clinical instrument. It is used to measure blood pressure when a person is in a relaxed and resting condition. So sphygmomanometer, it is also like stethoscope. It is a clinical device or instrument. It is used to measure blood pressure when a person is in a relaxed or resting condition. The pressure of the brachial artery is measured. So the pressure inside the brachial artery is measured. Brachial artery, as I mentioned earlier, it is the artery that runs through our arm, okay, upper and forearm. So this pressure of the brachial artery is measured. That is why this sphygmomanometer, that strip is tied over our upper arm. So it helps to estimate the state of blood circulation and the working of the heart. It helps to diagnose conditions such as increased or decreased blood pressure. So, monometric and modern digital types are the apparatus used to measure blood pressure. There are different types of sphygmomanometer. Monometric and modern digital types are the apparatus used to measure blood pressure. So, this is the picture to show this sphygmomanometer, and this type is monometric, and this is the other one. This is of digital type. So, in the next class, we'll discuss about what are blood groups. Okay, thank you.